Is anyone not looking for a partner at all? And is fine with it? Don't get me wrong. I am not disgusted by the thought, but if it doesn't happen, ignoring societal expectations and what comments or opinions come with that, I would be fine. Sure, it's nice to cuddle with someone once in a while, but I don't need it. It would feel good to be close to someone like that. But I'm also fine without it. I honestly get a little annoyed when people ask, especially when you don't know them well, so what's your romantic life like? Like that's the one thing people are obsessed with. And maybe that's wrong. And trust me, I don't show this to people because my thoughts don't need to make them feel bad. I don't want that at all. But sometimes I'm annoyed by boy talk. Hours and hours about some boy. Analyzing what he said while it's often sadly clear that he's not emotionally available. I have never ever met someone who thinks like that. Am I weird? I once told someone who asked about my romantic life that I wasn't interested in dating at all in the moment, and they kinda couldn't believe it. I hate conversations where it's only about feeling sad because you don't have a boyfriend right now. I hope this doesn't sound rude. I promise I don't let other people know that I'm annoyed by that because they just have a different opinion. That's totally fine. And these are my opinions without thinking about the fact that marriage statistically are not good for women. The invisible, unappreciated workload, men's misogyny and entitlement to sex, and domestic violence. I don't want kids, don't want a relationship, and don't want sex. I'm 100% fine with it. There are more women out there like you than you think. It just seems that we aren't very vocal about it. But why would we be? It's no one else's business. Tears of joy. 36, single over 15 years and not looking. I'm not 100% adverse if someone comes along, but their company definitely needs to be more rewarding than my solitude. Me. Widowed at 37. Not at all interested in bringing another man into my or my children's lives. It's just too dangerous for the kids. Some men specifically target single moms to get to the kids. I am also honestly just not up to the effort. Dating. Trying to find someone who values what I value, and all that too much work. Really. And for what? I just can't imagine giving up my peace and my relaxed home to invite in strife. Besides, I've never been pretty, and that hasn't improved with age. And I just can't be asked to do anything about it. Shrugs. Works out perfectly. You are definitely not alone. I'm 23. Single my entire life, and I've never been looking for a partner, nor do I plan to. That's where I'm at. 2. Totally fine with the single life. Not looking. Not interested in a partner. And, frankly, in despair at a society that tries to insist that we're incomplete without romantic or sexual connections. I think reading these responses of women comfortable with a single life, comfortable with themselves, will be good for me. I'd always pictured my life as married with kids. My family growing up was a great model. My marriage was not. After the years of emotional abuse and manipulation, angry rages, and being forced to be mommy bangmaid, the thought of dating and having to let a man touch me or allowing a man near my kids brings on the beginning of a panic attack. So being without a partner is never what I wanted. But it is my reality now and for the rest of my life. Yep. I've been in a string of terrible relationships, and I'm done, at least with men. I am 52. Single. Last relationship was 7 years ago, and I'm not looking, not interested in investing into a one-sided relationship where I have to deal with a selfish man-child. And let me tell you, I fucking love it. I do live with my best friend and soulmate, which does help. If I want a cuddle, I go to her because we know it's nothing about sex. And this ain't gonna change anytime soon. I'd only date Jensen Ackles or Pedro Pascal at this point. And we know that won't be happening rolling on the floor laughing. I'm 30 and haven't been in a relationship since 21 after I was raped in college. I really don't trust men at all anymore, to the point I can't date even my friends' SOs. I see them get in tiffs and it only reinforces my distrust. I know women on this forum have found amazing partners. But gosh, deep down I wonder how much they still have tolerate from their male partners. I want to think that my disinterest is fueled partially by a loveless upbringing, bad relationships, and just general pragmatism when it comes to self-sufficiency and risking that for the possibility of a partner. Yes, some days I wish I could cuddle someone. But I've gotten so used to it I feel being with someone would be more uncomfortable. My last relationship was with a man who was horribly abusive. And this was just the latest in a line of failed relationships with men that were unsatisfying at best and abusive at worst. I never want to be involved with a man again at this point. I'm tired of what feels like a universal default of being treated like a lesser person while also being exploited for my labor and expected to have no needs or desires of my own. 34. Divorced. Had a breakup in Feb and weight loss surgery in May. I see myself being single for a very long time. I don't think of men and sex. I like having the bed to myself and being able to fart whenever I want. I'll date again someday, but right now my life is about myself and my health. I'm 35. I've been single for 4 years and the last 2 years have been the best of my life. I have absolutely no desire for a relationship or dating. Can't be bothered. Life is great as it is. I'm working on 2 decades happily married. But when he's gone, that's it. I wouldn't date the pricks around here if my life depended on it. 31. 32 next month. Single. And definitely never going to settle. You're right that some people definitely place a higher importance on being with someone than whether or not they're compatible. And you aren't wrong to prefer being single to being with the wrong person. Yup. Was in serious relationships from 1648. Have been completely happy without a romantic partner the last 4.5 years. Have absolutely zero interest to go looking for one. 49. 3 ex-husbands. I don't date. Who needs the stress, the lies, or just the incompetence? Tonight, I'm grilling a ribeye, having some cold beers, and watching a movie with my dogs. Scored some killer bud. Was supposed to vacuum. Read outside in the sunshine instead. I don't care. Because it's my mess. And that's okay. Not giving up my fortress of solitude for anyone. And I might not even shower today. Me, I've been single since 2004 and can't even imagine being in a relationship now. I have a great career and a great child. And I feel totally full with my life. I have zero desire to date or have a relationship with anyone. No one really understands it. But it's my choice and they don't need to understand. 23F here. Never dated. Never had a boyfriend. Never been romantically involved in any way. Have recently identified as asexual, but I live my life every day and don't really think twice about the being single aspect of it. I have over 100 other things to actually stress about.